Moyne College senior Pat Wiese has been a standout athlete his whole life. He says he hates to lose.
But now he is battling the toughest opponent imaginable, cancer. Eschen has his story.
It was the end of the 2013 baseball season. The Moyne College baseball team was in the thick of the Northeast 10 championships.
But it was towards the end of the season. I could still play, I could still run. I could do
Star center fielder Pat Wiese, a local product out of CBA, was in pain.
That 15 to 20 minutes of warm-up would just be this agonizing pain. Like, I couldn't even run. It was just like I was almost in tears warming up.
After the season, the pain located in his right knee was on and off, right up until Wiese was a few days away from his fall semester as a senior at Moyne. When the pain came back, he couldn't stand it anymore.
This is when I finally just clicked in my head that I had to do something. I was waking up in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. It was to the point where I was throwing pillows. Like, I couldn't sleep. I was sitting up at night. It was probably one of the most miserable experiences ever.
So Wiese came here where his dad happens to be an orthopedic surgeon. And on the same day he got an MRI, he got a call from his father while in class. And immediately he came to this office, and this is where his father gave him the diagnosis.
And so I go up there, and he's outside. And I see him tearing up a little bit. And right then and there, I knew something was wrong. And so he says, you have a tumor in your right knee. And right then and there, I really didn't know what to think. My first question was, am I going to be able to play baseball again? And he said he doesn't know.
Diagnosed with osteosarcoma, Wiese had to get a total knee replacement and is now undergoing chemotherapy. At first, he admits he broke down in frustration, but late one night, dealing with another bout of pain, the same attitude that made him so good in the baseball field kicked in.
Then it kind of hit me. I was like, you know what, I'm actually kind of happy it did happen to me than anyone else in my family or anyone else I knew. I want to go through this other than seeing someone else that I love close to my heart go through it. So that was kind of a turning point where I was like, you know what, it's time to attack it. Like, it's done, nothing's going to change. I have bone cancer, and I'm going to do my best to attack it with a positive attitude, and I'm going to beat this.
And since that moment, he's remained positive. He's even tweeting about his chemotherapy. Bring it up on the iPad here. The very first day was October 28th. He says, day one of chemo, we won game one by a blowout. Time to get some rest for game two tomorrow. Got studs in the field with me tomorrow. Looks like another W. And there's been, some times where it's been hard, and he's heard a lot of support from everybody else. He says here on October 29th, chemo's starting to hit him, so the day after. But that hashtag fight is really what he's gone after, and obviously inspiring to anyone else who might have bone cancer, or also the rest of the Moyne community as well. They've had teams that really rallied around him. The Moyne hockey team did something for him this past weekend. The volleyball team's done things, and he said that's really shook his world, shaken his world to see all the support around him.
He's got great maturity.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he handles the interview and the whole process. He's still emotional, obviously.
Ever since that one night, he says, it kind of hit him that this is how he's going to attack it. Later on in sports, I'll tell you how his team is reacting to the news, and when we speak of attacking it, the physical therapy and the chemo, tonight at 10 and 11, real treat. You see him kind of working on the exercise bike. He's gritting and grinding like he's on the baseball field. Pretty cool moment.
He is a fighter.
He sure is.
Thank you, Tom. More later.
Win or lose. And all I really know is winning. I hate losing. So all my years of high school and college of competitive with friends.
It's a few days after his knee replacement surgery, and Pat Wiese is at physical therapy. He grunts.
Oh, you're so right there.
I got it.
And grimaces in pain.
Let's go.
Working to do something that was simple just a few months ago.
I need some water.
It's that same intensity he brought to the baseball diamond. That same intensity that his teammates respected so much that he voted him captain.
You didn't think I was going to be able to do that today, huh?
He's now bringing that passion into his fight against cancer.
His physical therapy, he's exceeded expectations, and I feel like that's just who he's going to be. He's just going to, he set a bar for him, and he's just going to blow by it.
Wiese is competitive but stubborn, refusing to let this disease stop him from performing something as strenuous as physical therapy to something as simple as getting out of bed.
Sometimes it just bugs me so much, I got to call my mom to come help me. And sometimes I don't call her. I find a way to get out of my bed. I find a way to get down the stairs. I find a way to make my own meals and everything. And my mom walks through the door and like, what are you doing out of bed? How did you get out of bed? Who helped you and everything? I'm like, Mom, relax. Like, I got everything.
He's performing those physical tasks with some difficulty, but still great pride. Emotionally, though, he says he's leaned on the support from the Moyne community around him. His most trying times have been in the middle of the night, frustrated from the pain, living with the thought his baseball career could be over. It's that same hour he's picked up the phone, looking for and finding help.
At 4 a.m., 5 a.m., when I'm laying in bed, just in so much pain, can't do anything, I'll call up some of my buddies and we'll talk for an hour and a half. And that shows what great people and what amazing friends I have to be able to answer the phone at 4:30 in the morning when they know someone's in need.
As the good and bad days continue, that support is huge and has spread from the baseball team to the rest of the Moyne College campus.
People just love the guy. They just want to know that he's going to be all right, and they're really concerned.
Wiese says with all that support, he's been given an unbelievable sense of perspective. And as he continues to compete with this disease, which is already inspiring to everyone around him, he also has a message to convey.
I just want everyone just to go about everyday life and do the things they love 110% and just give it their all, because you never know when something can be taken away from you. Because at the end of the day, if that something is taken away from you, you can still smile because you know you gave it your all and you have no regrets. And fortunately, I can smile and I have no regrets of anything that I've done on the baseball field, because I know I played every single day hard and how I wanted to play.
He believes he can make it back on the baseball field someday as an athlete once again. But in the near future, while he can't help on the field, Wiese and his teammates hope he can be a part of the team as a coach/advisor in the spring. A few months ago, that was Pat Wiese in the 11th inning of a game late in the season, climbing the wall in Rockwell Field, robbing a home run and saving the game. A few weeks after his knee replacement surgery, I brought Wiese back to that same spot, but this time on crutches.
It just brings back so many memories from when we won the Northeast 10, we went to NCAA tournament. It's pretty amazing, though, this feeling.
A baseball team is a close-knit group. The players learn a lot about each other over the course of the season. On this team, Wiese bat third, played center field, and was voted captain by his teammates. So when they heard him say the word cancer, they were shocked.
And Pat's walking in on crutches, and you could just see that he was crying. And that's when he delivered the news that he was diagnosed with bone cancer in his knee. I was really shocked. I mean, Pat was our captain. He's the heart of our team.
It was the single most difficult thing I've had to go through as a head coach. Pat told me by himself in my office, and it was, it rendered me speechless, to be honest with you. I didn't know how to react and handle to it.
Injuries happen on a baseball field, but this is different. In this case, Wiese's diagnosis has more than just a physical toll. The word cancer sparks an emotion.
Our gifts get taken away from us, and that, he won't have, he might not be able to play baseball anymore. It kind of puts it in perspective for us.
Coach Cassidy says the guys are motivated to win games for Pat, not only because of his attitude towards beating cancer, but also because of how hard he worked on the field.
When every single player says thank you for showing me to play baseball the right way, it kind of shook me, because I guess that's what, at the end, that's what I'm going to remember most, and that's what people are going to remember most about me, is how I played the game I love.
And when possible, in between the stints of rehabilitation and chemotherapy, Wiese says he still wants to make an impact on the baseball team this spring. Maybe not with his athleticism, but instead to inspire and motivate his teammates with that same work ethic and pride he played with, which he's now using to fight this disease. CBA graduate and Moyne baseball captain Patrick Wiese was in uniform this weekend with his team, something that didn't seem possible when he was diagnosed with cancer late last summer.
And to actually put on the uniform, like you said, it's just, there's no feeling like it. So.
How you feeling today? Feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel great.
He's been undergoing chemotherapy since November, now in his final stage, just 26 days left. And being with his team during this time is an emotional lift, not only for Wiese, but also for his teammates.
Anytime we have Pat here, it lifts our spirits, and he is our captain, and we want to play our best for him. Completely different mentality when he's here. We really play hard. Then we play our best baseball when he's here.
It was a solid weekend of baseball for Moyne too, taking 2 out of 3 games from Pace University.
Patrick's impact will definitely be felt by the team, whether he's with the team or not this season. But at the same time, he wants to help impact those who are undergoing the same situation that he is.
So with the help of teammate Nate Reynolds, they started the Patrick Wiese Foundation. They want money raised going to cancer research, but also an important piece of the foundation is to help cancer patients and their families on an emotional level.
I want to, like, Christmas time, get out some presents to children that are in the hospital and everything, and because I know what it feels like to be in that situation. You need something every once in a while to uplift your spirits and everything.
With Pat, there's got to be a lot of times where he's struggling, and he's just having a down day, and so we really wanted to find ways that we can make not just uplift him, but uplift other kids that are going through a similar thing.
The website is patrickwiesfoundation.org, and the first event is a fun run/walk on May 4th. It's the first of what Wiese hopes is many events to come as he looks to keep fighting every day, not only for himself, but now for others as well. Reporting from Moyne College, I'm Tom Eschen. We've told you the story of Moyne baseball player Pat Wiese for the last few months now, and today the Moyne captain undergoing chemotherapy was honored on Senior Day.
Batting 7th, the center fielder, number 2, Pat Wiese.
Pretty amazing to see him run out there. He had knee replacement surgery back in October. He jogged out to center field as a starter, then before the first pitch replaced in center field to a standing ovation greeted by his teammates in the dugout. Not a dry eye in the house for Moyne today. The captain, he's been an inspiration to so many, especially the team he led in the field for really his entire career with the Dolphins. Well, more than 300 people raised more than $6,000 today at Janesville Beach Park for the Patrick Wiese Foundation. It was a fun run/walk with dozens walking and running to support not only the Moyne baseball player Pat Wiese, who has bone cancer, but the foundation as well, which will now help others in a similar situation to Patrick.
It's been absolutely amazing. Seeing all these people, familiar faces that I haven't seen in ages, is just to come out and support my foundation has just been absolutely unbelievable.
I think it's going to be great, and we've seen how much just the support's kind of helped Pat out, and so now we kind of just pay it forward. For all the support he's received, we can give that support to someone else.
And some great news to pass along, too. He started back in October. His last chemotherapy treatment, that's on Thursday.
Oh, you're still right there.
I got it.
Let's go. You're not cheating yet.
You saw it right here 1 year ago. Coming off a total knee replacement because of osteosarcoma cancer in his right knee, Patrick Wiese struggled to simply turn the pedal on a stationary bicycle.
I need some water. You didn't think I was going to be able to do that today, huh?
And today, 1 year later, Wiese continues to defy the odds. Earlier this month, he not only turned the pedals once, but biked 74 miles on the Erie Canal from Rochester to Camillus, 1 mile for each day he underwent chemotherapy.
I couldn't even get one rotation, or if it was one rotation, it was just one rotation, that was it. I couldn't do any more. And if it was, I was getting a drink of water after because I was out of breath. And just to think, the progress that not only myself, but my family and friends, how they've rallied behind me, and the progress that we've made. I'm just biking 74 miles, a year after I couldn't even walk, I couldn't even get one rotation on a bike.
Joined by family members and friends, he did it for his Patrick Wiese Foundation. But something special happened with about 10 miles to go. Wiese was joined by the father of Jack Sheridan. The CBA junior diagnosed with leukemia last spring.
I was one of the first ones to reach out to him, visited him in the hospital. So it was really, it was important to support Pat's cause. He's been an inspiration to Jack.
I actually visited Jack. I've been in contact with him. We've been talking about everything that we go through because, we're both going through it. Or I went through it, now he's going through it. So, I'm doing anything I can to help him out. And fellow CBA brother, so it's always easy to talk to him.
Jack wanted to ride with Patrick, but treatments kept him in the hospital. Yet he still wanted to make an impact.
Great inspiration to him and motivation, not only to him, but to a lot of young kids and even adults. So There you go. That's from.
I'm at a loss for words.
No, absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
We'll definitely put this to good use.
I'm sure you will.
That check representing the $1,500 raised from the t-shirt sold to support Jack's fight with leukemia, given to the Patrick Wiese Foundation. And as Patrick and his group ride off for the final stretch here of this 74-mile bike ride here on the Erie Canal, it's pretty amazing to think that he did this for the Patrick Wiese Foundation, yes, but really a testament to all the hard work. It's hard to believe that just a year ago, he could barely turn the pedals. Reporting from the Erie Canal, I'm Tom Eschen.